Well, welcome to the Writer's Life, a place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button and tap that bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on one single exciting video. How exciting they are. So the new Vela bonuses came out like the other day. I think Friday. Haven't had a chance to talk about them yet. And I had a couple of off months. Everybody did. But I'm back in the 4-figure range, which was nice to see again. So I'm really liking Vela. It's keeping me very busy writing constantly. And that's a good thing. On a micro level, I went through like what's earning me the most money. And for instance, this month or last month rather, I made $400 on like, I don't know, like maybe 15 to 20 episodes, not episodes, but chapters of the new Chase Baker book, Chase Baker and the Pyramid of Madness. Now, that's an excellent payday for someone who's still writing the book, right? My nonfiction is doing at least around $200 a month. So like already I've made with my nonfiction, like over a period of a year and a half since I've been doing this or whatever, like, I don't know, maybe like $15,000 or something like that. Whereas before, a lot of these things that I would write would go to Medium. They say they pay, but they don't. It's like 3 cents or something like that. You know, like it's almost nothing. It's ridiculous. It's highway robbery. And certainly you wouldn't have been getting paid for your novels while you're writing them. And that's what Vela is allowing you to do right now. And it's a great thing. You know, you can have one version there on Vela, and then you can go through the novel again, have it edited, and have a brand new version published as ebook, paper, and audio. It's a great thing, and I hope they keep it going, because this writer, as you guys know, will not work for free. And it pisses me off, the amateurs who will work for free. That's what ruins it for everybody else. It drives down, our worth. I think, my time, when I count my time, this will be like the first year when I submit my taxes that I'm going to actually count my time, what my time is worth in writing a story. I never realized before that I could do that. It just never dawned on me until I did a little more research and educated myself, which everybody should be doing, that you can include your hourly fee in whatever you're writing off per story. So say, like, for instance, this is what I'm trying to say. Say I write a novella, and the novella takes me 30, no, it wouldn't take me 30 hours. Say the novella takes me 20 hours of my time. And say my time is worth, I don't know, $100, $150 an hour. I would say it's at least $100 an hour. That's, do the math. 20 times 100, what's that, $2,000? 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I suck at math. So that's all going to be included this year in my taxes. And it should have been included in the past, So if I ever get audited, that's coming through. That's good. I'm going to include that, and those fuckers can write me a check. But it also amazes me. Something else amazes me, and it bothers me as well. Like the professors I knew at writing school. Like I mentioned one guy, Sid Lee, who's a great guy, who was like, "Oh, I don't make any money from my books. I make my money by training dogs." and of course he teaches too. And like all of them, like none of them made money from their books, and it just floored me that it didn't bother them that they weren't making money from their books. And then it wasn't until recently it dawned on me, like there's people out there like those dimwits who run the New York State Writers Institute, for instance. Like they all have other things. They call themselves writers, right? But they're all involved in other different things, from teaching to running the institute to I don't know what else they do, to putting toilet paper in the toilet paper holders. I don't know what else they do. But it kind of dawned on me that these guys just can't sit down and write. Like they can't sit down on any given day and write a story just with nothing in mind. Just start a story. Therefore, they keep themselves busy with other things that keep them away from the typewriter. Therefore, they have an excuse. Oh well, I can't be writing right now because I got to go teach that class, or I got to go, to this cocktail party, or I gotta do X, Y, or Z. And it's like an excuse because number one, they haven't put in enough time to develop that talent for writing in the dark. And what's writing in the dark? That's sitting down at your laptop, or whatever, and just making up a story. Boom, just coming up with a title, going for it. Just this morning, I was like, this goes back to what I was saying about the stories that are doing the best on Kindle Vella seem to be the Chase Baker books, and that would make sense because they're action adventure and they got romance. It's like the old Pulp Fiction stuff. And the Moonlight seem to be doing like second best, and Marconi's, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, I need another Chase Baker. I already got 2 in the can, plus a young Chase Baker getting ready to go, getting ready to be published in book form. And so, like, I just quickly perused like treasures that haven't been found yet. The one I found was like the Nazi gold that they hid during World War II. It still hasn't been found, believe it or not. I'm like, oh, that would make an interesting one. It's supposedly somewhere in Austria, and I've been to Austria several times. And I'm like, oh, that would be a fun one to tackle. I already know I want to write the Chase Baker and about the Chase Baker and something to do with the Pinamundo project, where they were building the bell, the Nazi bell, which was supposedly like a time machine. That much I already know I want to write, but I need to visit that area and research it in person first. This I can do now from my desk, but I had no plot in mind. I had no characters other than Chase. I had no settings in mind. I just sat down and wrote the first 1,000 words. Boom. No plan, no nothing. I mean, I could have, for like maybe like 2 minutes, I sat there and just sort of stared out the window. And I think 90% of other so-called writers would have just gotten up and, well, I gotta go shovel the snow, or whatever. They would have found an excuse not to do it. So anyway, I'm not like those people. I want to write all the time. I want to write well, and I want to sell. I'm not satisfied with like, well, I make my money. I don't make my money from my books. I make my money from, training unicorns. I'm just the opposite. Absolutely the opposite. And I think that's what separates a real professional from a non-professional. All right, that's all I got to say. I didn't have to go get my teeth done today. We already decided we're going to pull this one and pull that one, and I'm going to get an implant. It's going to be a fun year. So I better be making money for my books, right? All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And ciao, ciao.